So this is a parenting video. Parents, carers, if you're looking after children as they grow up, mainly, say mainly for mothers, you hear a lot about the controlling mother, right? In a lot of psychology, right? Right. Though the reason for that is because there's more women who, if it should be parents, right? It should be a pair, right? Though if they split, there's more women, single parents, or in a position looking after children as they grow up than there is men, right? That's one of the main reasons why you get the phrase controlling mothers, right? I've been a single parent for 12 years. Well, I'm not a controlling father, not a controlling parent. And I'll tell you why, right? And I'll tell you why it's important for you as much as your children. All right. There's four things that are going to happen as you're raising children, right? Three of them come from controlling, right? All right. So stay with me on this. It becomes clearer, right? Four things. Three of them are bad. One of them's good, right? Now, if you try and control over pressure, if you're arguing a lot with the children, if you're shouting, right? If you're probably not going to admit to this being manipulative, but if you do things to get them to do it your way, right? It's being manipulative. Three things are going to happen. One, they're going to hate you. They're going to grow up remembering how controlling you were, and they're going to hate it. Right? Two, they grow up finding ways, and kids are pretty good at this, right? Finding ways to manage you, right? So they will tell you, yes, I'm doing everything that you want me to do, controlling parent, right? And then they're going to completely do something else, right? So they're going to lie to you, right? Another thing is they're going to run away. They're going to put as much distance as early as possible between themselves and the controlling parent, because what that's going to do is you try and control their upbringing and their individuality, their want for freedom and growth, and they're going to want to get away from you. All right? So they're the three things that happen to controlling parents, right? They get hated, they get lied to, and they get left alone, right? And then when the kids have gone, nobody ever comes to see you and things like that, and they wonder why. All right, so this is the winning box, really, and what happens there is you have control of yourself. You recognise the individuals. It's like running a team. You don't boss people and order them about. What happens if you try and do that is you become so emotionally frustrated that you then start shouting and punishing, right? And that's a really quick slippery slope, because what happens is you start threatening things that you don't follow through on. You're not having this if you don't do that, right? And then they don't do it, and you don't follow through on the punishment, and they think, I got no respect for you. You you don't really do what you say, and it just ruins a relationship. So it's having good teamwork, a good relationship, good communication. Keep things simple. If you talk to your kids, you talk to your team, you're honest and you do things in a genuine way for their benefit and their growth, not just for your own ease, right, and satisfaction, right? You talk to them properly, no matter what age they are, right? Whether they're 2, right, or whether they're 20. Just because they're not doing what you want them to do in that time, and you're a bit frustrated, you shout. That's your problem. It's not the kid's fault, right? So it's your job in that parenting role to find a way to engage with them. If somebody doesn't understand something, when you ask them in a particular way, well, just because you say it louder, it don't mean that they're going to understand it any easier. It just means they're probably going to get a little bit scared. And then the emotions of being scared block the thinking pathways, and then you really could have a problem. Alright? Okay. So, if you're a parent, to help yourself, don't shout. Most of the time, kids watch and they adapt and they fit in. And if you want them to do something, a simple explanation as to do this so that we can do this, right? Not just orders, not running an army. Simple explanations. If you say it nice, you're going to get a much better response. Right? Then what happens is you get listened to. Things start happening, right? And then when you get to, you got a child, a young person who's got their own opinions, things like that, and that's a bit frustrating because as a parent you sort of like want to care for them and do things, and it's like, you know, in stages you have to let them be independent, otherwise it just becomes too smothering and controlling. Alright, so then what you do, you use your experience. You have a lot of experience, right? And when they have a situation, you say, have you thought about this and have you thought about that? Right? Give them a couple of options. Right? In my personal opinion, I'd do this, though it's your choice. If you do that, most of the time they'll do what you've suggested, because they know that you listen to them, you're not pushy, right? And you've got more experience than they have, though at least you're giving them a choice. And if they make a choice and it goes a bit pear-shaped, don't wade in with "I told you so" and "I knew this would happen" and all of them sorts of things. You say, well, at least you've learned something. And the relationship develops, right? And you have a good relationship, good communication. It's good for you as you mature in your parenting role, and also it's really good for your kids, and they will have sort of like healthier relationships and perceptions of themselves as well, right? And you won't ruin their self-esteem, right? You won't ruin the way that they feel about themselves. So that's good. So they're the things. It's 3 times easier, right, to be a stressy, controlling parent, but it's 3 times worse for you, right, and 3 times worse for your kids. So if you're really bothered about being a decent parent, right, and doing a good job, right, not for you, because a parent doesn't just do the parenting job for them so they can just say, I'm a good parent, yeah, look at the kids, I've got great kids. They actually do it just so that the kids are happy and have a good life, right? And then you can think, yeah, I know what I'm on about, right? And that should be enough for you to know. You don't need other people's recognition. Your children know, and they get older, they know. Alright, so if you don't want your kids to run away, lie to you, hate you, then give yourself a chance and don't shout. Like I say, it is more women who are in this situation, right, who try and clasp on, and it's a different dynamics, mother and father role, because they're different. Men and women approach things different. Women have an extra slice, right? Women are actually, this is interesting, right? Right. Women have 4 sides, girls have 4 sides, right? Boys have 3. Okay? So girls are squares, boys are triangles, right? This is why. Right. Some other videos for that. But keep your parenting simple. If you're a stressy parent, right, or a controlling parent, what you will find if you're honest with yourself is that most of your parenting issues came from your parents. Either they were really bad, right, and you've got to deal with some of the parenting strategies or lack of, right, that they had, which gives you trauma, right? Or there's the flip side as well, that you had awesome parents and you feel the pressure to live up to that expectation, right? So they're the sort of 2 sides, really. Poor parenting yourself, you're having to learn to do it better, right? Or you had awesome parents, and there's a lot of sort of expectation upon yourself. So just be aware of that. Try and alleviate that pressure and do what you feel is good parenting. You won't be watching this if you didn't, alright? If you're looking to sort of improve things for the benefit of your children, then you're already on the right track, really, right? Just try and keep it simple. Don't shout. It helps a lot.